Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of The Dance of the Eunuchs, a poem by Kamala Das. This is a descriptive poem and it is taken from her volume of poems entitled Summer in Calcutta, which was published in 1965. This poem presents the pathetic and miserable condition of the eunuchs. The eunuch is incapable of producing a child, and Kamala Das also sympathizes with them who belong to neither sex, and thus they suffer a peculiar irony of fate. And here she talks about the dancing eunuchs who come to a house. And they seem to be completely merged with their dance, which actually reveals the inner barrenness and voidness. She recalled an extremely hot noon of summer when the eunuchs came to dance. In such an extreme weather of summer, when the scorching heat of sun was unendurable for every creature, these eunuchs showed great excitement in their dance. The excitement of their dance was equal to the extremity of the weather. They wore wide skirts which went round and round when they danced. Some of the eunuchs had cymbals and drums. Their musical instruments were producing great noise, but the rhythm of the instrument was not harsh. It was mild and sweet. They wore anklets in their feet, and these anklets produced tinkling sound. The loud sound of the tinkling emphasized their excitement and passion for dancing. All the eunuchs took shelter under the tree of Gulmohar, which was laden with red flowers. They also had long braids, and when they took round turn during their dance, their braids flew. Their eyes were dark. When they danced, they blinked their eyes to express the song which they sang. They were barefooted and they danced on the rough ground covered with small pebbles. And they kept on dancing until their feet were badly injured and began to bleed. They had green tattoos on their cheeks. They wore jasmine in their hair. They were generally dark, though some were almost fair. They sang an unpleasant voice. Their songs were full of melancholy. The songs which the eunuchs sang were woeful. Their songs celebrated sorrow of those lovers who ever craved for love, but their cravings for love remained unfulfilled, and they died with their yearnings for love and desires. They sang of the unborn child who, before appearing in this world, died in the womb of their mothers. Through their songs, they expressed their utter sorrow for the unfortunate lovers and children. Some of them bet drums, whereas others bet their flat, infertile, and undeveloped breast and expressed their sorrow. The physical state of the dancing eunuchs was very pathetic and miserable. They were emancipated, pale, lean, and thin. Obviously, they were underfed. They looked like the half burnt logs lying on the pyres. They were internally hollowed, they were completely faded. Outwardly, they looked very cheerful and entertained the people, but inwardly, they were broken. When they danced and sang, the crows sitting on the branches of the tree became silent, and the children watched them with great astonishment. Suddenly, the sky began to overcast with clouds. The deep rumbling after a flash of lightning was heard. It started raining, but the rain was so scanty that it could not provide relief for the awful heat. The smell of dust pervaded in the atmosphere. As a few drops of urine of the lizards and mice are enough to produce smell, in the same way, meager rain produced a sort of smell. Now let's read the poem. It was hot, so hot before the eunuchs came. To dance, wide skirts going round and round, cymbals richly clashing, and anklets jingling, 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 beneath the fiery Gulmohar with long braids flying, dark eyes flashing. They danced and they danced. Oh, they danced till they bled. There were green tattoos on their cheeks, jasmine in their hair. Some were dark and some were almost fair. Their voices were harsh, their songs melancholy. They sang of lovers dying and of children left unborn. Some beat their drums, others beat their sorrow breast, and wailed and writhed in vacant ecstasy. They were thin in limbs and dry, like half-burnt logs from funeral pyres. A drought and a rottenness were in each of them. Even the crows were so silent on trees, and the children wide-eyed still. All were watching these poor creatures' convulsions. The sky crackled then, thunder came, and lightning and rain, a meager rain that smelt of dust in attics and the urine of lizard and mice. Here ends a poem. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.